Boom. What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. It's NBA Talk with Jay. I'm your host, Jay Money, man. I'll tell you, I'll be the first to tell you, man. I went 1-5 yesterday, got my ass smoked, man. I don't even want to talk NBA, guys, but I'm here. We here with our guy, Skee Profit, man. But I always keep it real with you guys. I know we went 3-1 on Saturday, 2-1 on Sunday, 1-1 on Monday, and then 1-5 yesterday, guys. So in all seriousness, I got smoked yesterday. I couldn't even sleep last night, Ski. It's tough betting the NBA these days, man, but we're going to keep trying. What's up with you, Ski? Everything cool with you, my brother?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's tough to bet the NBA right now. Things are a little bit shaky, but it's respect because the hardest thing to do is to come on a show and say you didn't have a say you had a really bad day. So respect to you for doing that. Not a lot of people in our industry are transparent, and that's what sets us apart. So let's get back to finding some winners today.
Yeah, no, that's facts right there, man. Yeah, you can't hide it. Fuck, you gotta own that shit and look at yourself in the mirror, man. Got to be better, guys. So I must say, I don't even know if I'm betting anything today, man. I got some looks, but confidence kind of struck right now, guys. But let's get straight to it, man. It's all business here on the show. Whether they got plays or not, still gonna come in here and break them down. Let's go straight to it, man. First game up, we got the Magic here, laying 6 points. I'm at the house, man. The Pacers only fucking game I got right yesterday, man. But I saw you was on the Pacers as well, Ski. They got it done. Finally got off that losing streak, right? But now they have a back-to-back going up against the Magic team, which the Magic can exploit some of their weaknesses, right? Pacers don't really have a ton of size down low and try and defend the paint as well. What do the Magic like to do? They got five big guys out there that's 6'10" or taller, and they drive into the paint. If you can't stop them, they're having a feast down there all day. Bobo, Wendell Carter Jr. Who else? Who else out there, man? Ben Caro as well. France Wagner. They got one more that I'm forgetting, but still, man, big Mo Bamba as well. And they got Jonathan Isaac back as well. So they got six of them now, Ski. How you looking at this game, my brother?
Well, first of all, forgive me if I ask you during the show. I'm having some, you know, I'm having some technical difficulties, so I don't have the odd screen in front of me and
It's
all
on the
that good stuff.
bottom.
All right,
It's on
cool,
the
cool, cool.
bottom,
I
brother.
see it. Pacers, Magic, 234. I'm not into laying points like this with the Magic. Um, I get how poor the Pacers have been for this long stretch of games, and the games they've been losing have been by double digits. But they've been playing better defense than the Magic. I think I trust them a little bit more offensively, even with missing Halliburton. Um, and just they're trying probably figuring it out now. I saw yesterday they were trying to play a little bit more through Miles Turner, just trying to see how they're going to get their buckets on offense. So just me thinking they found a little bit of how they want to play right now without their leader, their point guard. I probably just roll with getting the points with them versus laying with the team I don't trust to defend and a team I don't think is that good in general.
Ski. But don't you like take fading the teams that had to come back like that's on a back to back and had to come back from double digits? That's what we have here from the Pacers. They were down 21 points in that game, had to expend a lot of energy to come back and win that game as well. So they had four straight road games, came home for one game, and then now they right back out on the road as well. Then they go home and face Milwaukee on deck in a couple of days. So I feel like me personally, I can only look towards Magic here. This line open up at 4.5. It's coming up to the 6, and I agree with it. If you look at the Magic, they've covered five of their last six games as well, man. It seems it's been covering spreads. Now, all of those were as underdog, and you have a good point. They are land points here. It's not the best of situations here, but I must say, just from a matchup perspective, obviously, if guys like Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, and Terrence Ross can do enough, guys, this Magic team could really be elite if they got because like Suggs and Cole Anthony are some super short guards. If they actually had some dominant type guards, like I mean, Fultz isn't bad, but if they had a couple guards, man, this Magic team could low key be scary with their size and versatility. In my opinion, it's just I'm not a huge fan of Suggs and Anthony and Fultz, honestly. Riding, looking at this one, man, going to riding with the team, right? So I can only look towards Magic here, but it's not something I'm betting, man. My guy Swaggy NYC Fade Jay, I sure appreciate you, my guy. I appreciate you coming to watch this show, my brother. But anything else on this one, Ski? Any props or anything on this one?
Prop wise, I probably just attack the guard position. Like maybe Fultz can have a solid day or something like that. Just because I think the weakness for Indiana's defense right now is McConnell or whoever's going to be out there at the guard position, but nothing official.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, man. I don't care about this game. Magic have been playing well. In theory, I like the matchup for them. They definitely have the rest advantage, but are we in a hurry to lay points with the Magic? Not really, guys. So I hope it makes sense. Sit over here to the streets of Philly here, man. We got the 76ers laying 5 points at the house versus the Nets in this one. Really tough type of game, right, Skee? I mean, you got the Nets here, last game of a 5-game road trip. 4 of them went on the West Coast. Then they come down, now they play their last game on the East Coast. So the 76ers, the Nets probably went home before this game, man. They probably didn't go from San Francisco to Philly. They probably stopped at the house. I don't know, man. It's a tough spot. We saw Kyrie Irving kind of have info on how to guard Harden, right? Remember that game last year, Skee, where they were talking? Kyrie's like, man, I know all this guy's moves. I got him figured out, man. So Nets starting to put things together, 2 straight wins. We know the Sixers are putting things together. They just came off a 5-game road trip as well, West Coast road trip, won every single game. Skee, can you hear me?
I got you.
Okay, I thought you checking them headphones, see if you hear me. But how you looking at this game, man? Both teams really in tough spots. It's a really good game to watch, in my opinion. Do you think we should bet this one?
Honestly, it's not a game that I'm looking to bet. Just looking at the total, I see it down there 225. The way these teams have been playing lately, as far as pace of play and things like that, um, I it, I tend to think it's going to be an under game. Both bottom 10 in pace the last 5 games, top 10 defensive rated teams. It would scare me betting that, as far as both teams really good shooting a three, but so far this year, the road teams with the game the following day have been trending towards the under, somewhere close to the 60% range, and that would be Brooklyn today. So they could probably save some of that energy. And yeah, so just a lean towards the under there. As far as the side, it's tough. I really don't want to put money on Brooklyn until they start to show me a little bit more consistency. It is a flat spot for the Sixers. First game back after the long road trip, but they did have 3 days rest before
Mm-hmm.
this game. So I don't know. I don't think I could play the side. I really want to get there with Ben Simmons on his rebounds and assists. Just hoping,
Not points.
yeah, not points, but just hoping he can, win the show up versus old team. But at the same time, he's not the kind of guy that I think has a whole lot of heart and pride or whatever. So lean Ben Simmons, lean under. Not probably going to play this game.
Yeah, it's Simmons. The whole thing with him is the foul trouble. We know the defense is going to be there. The rebound is going to be there as well, and assist. So that's a good look. Points, Hill, you probably want to look under here. It's a really tough spot, guys. I'll be honest with you. I'd like to take the Nets, but you can't fake the Sixers right now. If they just went on that 5-game West Coast road trip and won every game like they did, even the last game with no Hard, no Embiid, and you still come all the way back and win versus the Kings, that shows me something with the Sixers, man. They're playing all around good basketball. In theory, face spot coming home off the road trip, but did have 3 days off of rest. They do have the Nuggets on deck as well, man. So a little showdown with Embiid going up against the MVP favorite right now in Jokic. But I'll be honest with you guys, really great game to watch for me. As far as a betting standpoint, I really find it hard, especially with Sixers first game off a 5-game road trip. Nets, they're coming off a 4-game West Coast road trip as well, and then this is the last one to top it off on the road. I guarantee you they probably went to the house, man. So great game to watch. I could see it being a defensive type of game, being an under type of spot here. That's what I'd look at. And I couldn't talk you off that Simmons rebounds and assists and Nelski. Hopefully he doesn't, he can hit it before he fouls out. If I could bet on Simmons 5+ fouls, I definitely do that, my guys. Let's get over here to the streets of Oklahoma City here, Skee. You got the Thunder here. Line open up at 1. It's flipped to 1.5 here for the Hawks, man. Do you think that the odds makers was right when they opened this one up at OKC favor by 1 over the Hawks?
Well, I'm looking now, and I didn't even look too much at this game. It wasn't even on my note sheet, but I know OKC has more rest in this game. I feel like OKC has been, I mean, they've just been winning and covering, but the Hawks been playing good basketball too. So I'm sorry, this is one that skipped my note sheet this morning. I guess just looking at it now with the point spread where it is now, I'd probably lean towards OKC just because I think they've been the better defensive team. I think they've been the more consistent offensive team, even. And just my general thought process is don't trust the Hawks on the road. If I
That's
had to
fair.
guess, I would say they still don't have a winning record there. So OKC plus the points with the rest advantage. at home would probably be my look in this game.
Yeah, Hawks are 11-14 away from the house. And they're so actually not terrible, to be honest with you, but they really don't cover spreads. I'll be honest. I mean, if you want to pick to fade me today, guys, if I had a top play, man, I'm looking at this card last night, and I'm probably not playing especially too much of a toss-up game. But if I had a play today, it would be on the Hawks. They're on the road. They don't play their best basketball there. So if you want to fade me, take OKC in this one, man, because I think that the Hawks will get the win. Now, this is my cap on the Thunder. They've been way too hot lately, in my opinion. 8-0-1 against the spread last 9 games. No, 9-0-1 against the spread last 10 games. They've won 5 of their last 6 games as well. But check this. They had a 4-game road trip, come home for 1 game versus the Pacers. Everybody's smacking up the Pacers. Then they head back on the road for 2 games. They played the Kings and then the Nuggets as well. Two playoff contender type of games, right? Now they beat the Nuggets in the last game. Now I could possibly see a letdown here versus the Thunder. They've been playing everybody super close, these top tier teams. Now they're going up against somewhat like a team that's like middle of the pack. I could see a letdown from the Thunder here. I can't say, guys, the Thunder ball out. They ball out at the house as well, but they have played 7 of their last 8 games on the road, and 8 of their last 10 games. No, so let me see. 7 of their last 8 games. No, 6 of their last 7 games on the road, and then 7 of their past 10 have been on the road. So OKC literally traveling all over the place. They needed those 2 days off, in my opinion here. And it's just the way I look at it. Maybe Murray kind of says, all right, I got SGA in this one, and maybe he tried to slow them down. So that's just how I'm looking at it. I could only look Hawks last night when I'm looking at it. They were +1. They flipped to -1.5. So some heavily money did come in on the Hawks. Push it to -1.5, -2s popping up. I lean Hawks here, guys, but I couldn't. I mean, if you want to take the Thunder, I couldn't talk you off. My spots have not been hitting, so he'll probably says take the Thunder since I like the Hawks, guys. Just being perfectly honest, but Hawks are nothing for me and no one. Let's go over here to the streets of Milwaukee. Skee, we got the Bucks laying 8 points at the house versus the Nuggets. How you looking at this game, my guy?
Well, it's a game where Nuggets are on a back-to-back, and they're probably going to sit a few people. I didn't get an updated injury report, but probably MPJ or Jokic or Murray, I'm expecting one of those guys to sit. And the Bucks kind of – should have my notes here. Here it goes. Bucks at home. I know they're good. 18-5 straight up, 16-7 against the spread. That just goes to show when they win, they do it by margin. And when you think about this Bucks team over the years, that's just how I think of them. So if you're going to go up against a Nuggets team that's missing their star player or a couple of their star players on a back-to-back, and for the most part, you're pretty healthy. I know they're down Bobby Portis now, but getting some of their other guys back, I would lean towards taking the Bucks here. I think they get this thing done by double digits. There was a system I had that was supposed to be active here. Let's see, it's pretty much just saying past 6 or so years, you're looking at after game number 5. So home teams. Well, let's skip the system. It's too much to explain there. It's pretty much just based on the margin and the line, saying that it's a 10-point difference, and it's saying that we should take the Milwaukee Bucks here. I also have another system that's easier to explain. It's pretty much when 2 teams play that are 2 competitive teams play. And when I say that, it's 60% when teams are better, and you have a high total like this, 230 or more. It is 62.5% to the under. On about 84 games. So lean under, I guess lean Bucks, and just really want to see the updated injury report.
Yeah, now I can tell you this for now. Well, Murray is out for sure. If I'm not mistaken, Murray and Michael Porter Jr. are already out. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty damn sure though. Jokic could be. I mean, he could possibly sit in this one, guys. We don't know who else, but I feel like there's one person that might sit. It would have to be Jokic or nobody else, but he could play. This is a tough game for me, guys. This is the way that I would look at it. I look at Bucks team total over. I think that the Nuggets won't be on their best game defensively here. If you're taking Bucks team total over, you don't care about them covering the spread. You just need for them to show out offensively. Obviously, they just come off putting up 150 points versus the Pistons. It was a horrible spot for the Pistons, but I don't like this spot for the Nuggets, right? They've been playing a ton of home games. This is only their 3rd or 4th home road game so far this year in 2020. 23. So they had come off playing 5 straight home games before yesterday, playing in New Orleans. 5 straight home games before that, and 9 of their last 10 had been at the house before that. So now they're starting to get used to playing on the road, traveling as well, which they hadn't been doing. You come from the house playing OKC, then you go to New Orleans. Now 3rd game in 4 nights plus a back-to-back. You got to fly up to Milwaukee, and they probably won't get in until like 2:00 in the morning. I can only look at Bucks team total over 119.5. So, man, if I had to play in this game, a top play, I'd be looking at Bucks team total over for the full game. I see the Nuggets possibly run out of gas in the second half of this one. Would lean Bucks on the point spread, but with it sitting at 6 yesterday up to 8, I don't want it. Bucks team total over should be the look in this game. If I had to play today, guys, it would be Bucks team total over. It was at 116 last night or early this morning, up to 119.5. I still like the direction that it's going in this one. I see the Bucks getting over their team total in this one, my guys.
Let me ask you, Jay.
Go ahead.
I mean, neither team is playing up tempo lately. We know the Bucks playing solid defense, right? You're missing your point guard. You're missing another scorer. Could potentially miss, your superstar in Jokic. You think Nuggets team total under is also a way you would go?
Yeah, that's a good look as well. Yeah, if you think that, well, we know the Bucks are their defense so they won't have Portis, but Giannis is the key to their defense. Remember when he went out, they were giving up points galore, man, and they still gave up 130 to the Pistons last game. But still, man, I still think Giannis changes them defensively in total, and I would only possibly look towards the team total under if knowing Jokic's out. But yeah, Murray and Michael Porter Jr. definitely helps it out right there. But even Jokic, came off a little absence. His second game, he could be a little fatigued here as well. So it could be a Bucks team total over, Nuggets team total under spot. And obviously that would mean that the Bucks would cover the spread as well. So that could be 3 plays in one right there. But I know me, if I'm playing this game, I'm taking Bucks team total overs. That's what I'm looking at in this one, Skee. Let's go over here to the streets of New Orleans here, man, where the Nuggets just came from. Back-to-back for the Pelicans, but didn't have to travel anywhere. Somewhat like a must-win spot here. They got Ingram back here, Skee. Sometimes we've seen the star players come in and mess things up, but I'm kind of starting to work on this theory that I feel like when they come on the road, like Donovan Mitchell yesterday, when they're on the road, it's a little bit different. When you're at the house and you come back and you got that energy from the home crowd, maybe it's not so much of a letdown when you're at home and your star player comes back. I think if anything, it's a pickup type of thing. What do you think here? I would like to lean Pelicans to get off the schneid here. What do you think with Brandon Ingram back in here, Skee?
Well, I don't like backing a team. He's been out for too long of a time period here to think he's going to come in and just start killing from the jump. I think it'll take him a few games to get back into a rhythm. And so I'm just not going to expect that much of an impact. And so outside of that, the Pelicans are at a rest disadvantage. They just played yesterday, but my last 5 game stats show me they've been the better team as far as rebounding, defensive, and offensive. So I want to lean towards them. I just don't feel comfortable enough to do it. I think I would prefer to play a rebound prop here. Wolves, 3rd worst rebounding team in the last 5 games. Probably, I guess, it's got to be Valanciunas if we're looking at anybody to get up and over a rebound prop. So Valley rebounds, don't really like the side or total.
Yeah, no, it's a good, man. The Wolves just come off a loss versus the Rockets, man. So, what are we really doing here, guys? They just lost to the Rockets, and they was trying to come back. Now, the Rockets were really hungry in that game for a win, but still, just lost to the Rockets, man. But like I say, desperation. I don't bet against desperation spots. And the Pelicans are desperate here. And the thing about Ingram is he probably will be rusty with his shot, but the Pelicans have really missed his ball handling. So that's why I say Ingram can really come in here and soup the Pelicans up, man. That's the main thing they've been missing, ball handling. He wouldn't have to shoot a single shot tonight, in my opinion. And I still think he comes in and have an impact for the simple fact that CJ doesn't have to do everything now, right, Skee? So ever since Ingram and Zion went out, it's been horrible. Focusing on McCollum. They don't even really have a backup point guard. I love Jose Alvarado, but he's just not that guy like facilitating the team. He's a defender, comes in there, change the game on defense. So Brandon Ingram come back in, another guard for the team. It can only help the Pelicans, in my opinion. And it's one of those where they need him that bad, no matter how long he's been out. Just his presence is probably going to pick the team up. I'd lean Pelicans here, -3. That's the only way I could look. Maybe first half. This is 3rd game in 4 nights for the Pelicans and 4th game in 6 nights. Maybe first half Pelicans is a better look here. That's the only way I'd look. I'm not betting the game, but I would find some type of way to get on the Pelicans. It's in my opinion. And the Wolves been starting out slow earlier in this first quarter as well. They got down 9-0 to the Rockets. So maybe Pelicans first quarter, first half, maybe in desperation, bounce back, must win J type of mode in that one. Anything else on that one, Skee? Any questions?
You got it. We good.
Let's go over here to your to go. I don't know if you're a Lakers fan or Warriors fan here, my guy, but we got the Warriors here laying 3 points at the house. You can't beat both of them, my guy. But we got the Warriors here laying 3 at the house versus the Grizzlies in this one. What it's up to 3.5 now. Would the Grizzlies ever get some revenge versus the Warriors, Ski?
I don't think so. After them not doing it Christmas Day and just losing in the fashion that they lost there, um, they haven't been a great road team, right? They've been a team that, just like Golden State, has been really strong at the house. They're at a rest disadvantage here without their starting center, and I mean they still can be okay as long as Jaren Jackson Jr. can stay healthy and stay out of foul trouble. But that's a big if because he's always in foul trouble. So if he's not in the game, I think Memphis is really going to struggle defensively. And Golden State at home, I already said it. We know how strong that they are. 2 days rest for them as well, off of a couple losses. I think, just as much as a statement game for Golden State, just to get right here. So I'm not betting against Golden State at home, especially just short of a point spread. It will be Warriors or pass for me.
Hey, they just lost a game at the house, man, versus the Nets. Nets came in there as 7.5 point underdogs, beat them Warriors outright, my guys. I know Steph was a little pissed after the game, man, but like I say, it's a huge game for the Grizzlies. Now the Warriors, they could obviously continue to climb up the standings here. I don't want to bet against the Warriors at the house, especially coming off a loss as well. This team is 17-6 at the house, and then they're coming off a loss at home. We know that they want to turn up. I can't bet against the Grizzlies here as well. They're coming off 3 straight losses here, guys. The Grizzlies are 3 straight losses. This is their 4th straight road game. They probably didn't even care about the rest of the games. This is the one they want. Now, on the other side, they don't have Steven Adams for a while. He's going to be out for 5 to 6 weeks. So you're going to have to get used to playing without your best. And their offense is a lot different without them as well. Pick and roll, offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding, all that good stuff, man. So we're gonna see just how much Adams means to that team. But on the other side, you could argue that Adams somewhat slows them down in this matchup. Go with Triple J at the 5. Now they can kind of run and gun. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it, man. Maybe Adams has been the thing. I know he was the only guy that was in plus minus in their last matchup, but maybe Adams is one of those to where now the Grizzlies going to run a totally different style in this one. Could kind of mix up the Warriors in this one, man. I don't even have a lean in this game. This is a great game to watch. Betting wise, I could see scenarios where the Warriors bounce back here. I could also see scenarios where the Grizzlies turn it up here. I do see Job. I don't think he's missing this game for the world. And I see a good game here, guys. But I wouldn't be surprised Grizzlies got done. Really conflicting game, man. I'd maybe look towards the under. Ski, what do you think about looking at a defensive game? We know Dylan Brooks is going to turn up the heat. We know Triple J is one of the best defenders this year in this league. They're missing Adams, but on the Warriors side as well, they got to play some defense if they want to win this game as well.
Yeah, you have a total that's high enough for sure, but just the pace of play for both of these teams is too scary. Number 1 and number 3 the last 5 games, especially like you said, and we're talking about Jaren Jackson Jr. making the defense better, but I still just think with that small ball lineup, they're going to run even more. So I can't comfortably play an under with the pace that I'm expecting.
That's the face right there. Yeah, I can see a playoff style type of game, man. Obviously, Steph and Clay start to hitting those threes, man. They can get crazy real quick. But I think this is going to be like a playoff game, man. If I'm playing this game, it's probably leaning to the under. I'd probably go ahead and take the under in this one, man. That's just how I'm looking at it. A couple more games up, man. We got the Blazers going up against the Jazz here. Let's go over to the streets of Portland. Blazers laying 4 at the house versus the Jazz. I'm not sure what to do with the Blazers. I feel like this is like the theme of this NBA season. Teams like the Blazers. We know that they're good or have good players. You never know when they're going to turn up a stinker. You never know when they're going to ball out as well here, Skee. So, I mean, Blazers 3-7 straight up and against the spread last 10 games. What do we do with this team, man? 4th straight home game of a 6-game homestand. What do we do here? Are the Blazers, are they supposed to get hot here?
Well, I want to think that they can at the house, but I don't usually trust the Blazers to lay any kind of points. I usually like to try to back the Blazers when they're getting points. So in a situation like this, I'll just shift towards player props, and I just if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing right now. As long as Kelly Olynyk is out, it's a lot of rebounds to be had for that Utah Jazz team, and marketing, his prop is still a little bit too low. It's 8.5, I think, at -125. I bet it at 9.5 +110 because he's had 10 plus in his last 5 games. And those last 5 games, like I said, is since Kelly Olynyk has been out. So I think he continues to do it, and we'll go for him at plus money tonight.
Hey, my guy in the chat already was on that shit too. Say, can anyone stop marketing from rebound props? So that's what you're looking at, right? See, is it over 8.5, right?
Yeah, but
It
I
sounds
I,
good.
I sold it to 9.5 so I can get plus 110.
Oh, okay. I like that even more. It's showing even more confidence, man. What is Laurie marketing double double then, man? Because hell, that sound like all that sound good, right? We know he gonna get there on the points. Now, if you like over 9.5, man, you got to get 10 guys in the chat. What do you guys see Laurie marketing double double prop at in that one, man? Starchild says something tells me the Blazers take this one. Seems too easy to back Jazz. I wouldn't say seems too easy, but Blazers have, so they're 1-1 so far on the season. I remember the first game, November 19th, I was on the Blazers, man, at the house. They were laying forward. They caught Jazz on the back-to-back, all that shit. They lost 118, 113. I was left scratching my head, man. Blazers did revenge them December 3rd in Utah, 116, 111. Those as 5-point underdogs as well, man. So I would like to lean Blazers here. My problem is you never know what the hell you're going to get. So it looks like Laurie double-double is at plus 110. It
So
ain't a
it's the
bad look
same.
there. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Yeah, that's not a bad look. You could just take the over 9.5 rebounds at plus 110, or you could take the double double at plus 110. But obviously, just taking the one over 9.5 rebounds would be the best look. But hell, what if he got what it would have to be points? Points. Yeah, he ain't getting it in assists, man. So I want to lean. Say Markel say he's sprinkling on double digit. Laurie, Sean Murphy said Blazers need to win these games at the house. Now that's facts right there. I must say, I'd be surprised if the Blazers lost this game. Would it be too eye opening? Not really if they did lose, but personally, I would. I could only look Blazers here, minus the 4. You want the Jazz mainly at the house. In this one, man. Then they got a game. Then they got a so for the Jazz. No, this is not their. This is not. Yeah, so this is the fourth straight home game for the Blazers. Jazz had 3 straight home games. They have this one off on the road, then back at the house for 3 more home games. I hate the spot for the Jazz. In theory, Blazers minus the 4 should be the side here, guys. Heavy lean Blazers minus 4 for me. Let's get over a couple more games, Ski, and we'll get out of here. Kings going to the streets of Sacramento here. Kings land 3 at the house versus the Toronto Raptors. What do we do with this game, man? Raptors, OG saying he wants out. Raptors fans don't think that they'll tank, but if they start moving these key pieces, they have no choice but to tank. What are we doing with the Raptors here, Ski?
Yeah, this is one where I have to maybe go against my rules just because. I mean, I never really want to lay with the Kings. I think of them the same way I'm talking about the Blazers. They just don't play defense. But this Raptors team is just bad. Nobody wants to be there. They stink on the road. There's nothing to like from them. They're not good defending the three. The Kings can shoot the three. So I would lean towards the home team here, laying the points. Not going to hear me say it too often, but Kings -3 is probably the right way to go.
Okay, in the chat, they liking it as well, man. Somebody I can't read his name said Raptors his best look. This is if you bet in this game, man, best of luck. But I can't say 4th straight home game for the Kings, so they're supposed to be in their shooting groove, right? They do head out on a road trip after this. Just let me see real quick because this is something I'm starting to track here. Teams on their last game of a homestand and heading out on the road. For whatever reason, it has not been a good proposition this year, right? We always trying to figure new things out. These are younger players. Oh Lord, they head out on the road for a 7-game road trip after this game, guys. So no bet for me on this game. I could understand the Kings get done, but what I've been tracking is teams on the tail end of a homestand when they go out on a huge road stand. Because remember, they fly out right after this game. So right after this game, so I don't like the spot here for the Kings here. Could they get it done? They very well could. But this is not a game that I'll be betting here. Like I say, Raptors as well. They do have the Warriors on deck. Let's just see how they look. So the road team has won 5 of the last 6 games in this matchups as well. It's a super tough game, man. Raptors coming home they coming on the road after 2 straight home games. Had 2 days off, but flying literally all the way across country in this one. I can understand the lean with the Kings in this one, man. I'm not betting this game, man. Raptors 4-0-1, ATS last 5 in Sacramento. This is I don't know what to do with this game, guys. But I must say, I wouldn't be surprised if the Kings got it done in this one, man. Kings have the much better offense. Skee. Raptors, you got to admit, have the much better defense in this one, man. The offense is horrible though. Last game up. Going to the streets of LA here, Skee. Which one is it, man? Warriors and Lakers, man. But Lakers land 7 at the house. Skee versus Spurs. What do? You think LeBron plays in this game after going off for 40 some last night and it not matter?
Uh, I mean, hey,
bro, did you see LeBron? LeBron looked like me yesterday. I'm talking about just sitting there, just wondering what the fuck. Like when the Mavs had the 5-point lead in the end of the first half and they gave up the 11-1 run, I'm just sitting there like, bro, what like what the fuck, bro? Like literally, like what is life? You see what I'm saying? LeBron is sitting there on the bench, like, bro, what more can I do? You see what I'm saying? But
that's what he's doing. He's sending a message to them, telling them they need to make another move. I mean, I like the pick up of Rui, so I think we'll make another move shortly. But this game, Spurs play tomorrow. I think I'm not laying 7 with the Lakers. I know that. I know the Spurs are more than capable of losing by a margin. But first game back for AD after being out for so long, I'm not sure how well he'll look or how long he'll play. And I think you're just paying a premium because he's coming back. So I'll probably just go with the over. I know we'll get 2 teams playing up tempo. Spurs, the worst defensive rated team in the league the last 5 games. Lakers also bottom 10, and the Spurs worst team defending the 3. So, like I said, it should be up and down game and a lot of easy baskets to be had. So if I'm making one play here, it will be over to 243.
Yeah, I couldn't talk you off, man. I don't care about this game whatsoever, man. It went up to 5.5 from 5.5 to 7. They saying that Hachimura. Apparently, Hachimura is gonna save the Lakers here, man. Come on, what the hell are we doing here? Rui Hachimura, stop it. Stop all that shit. But anyway, he is debuting tonight. AD is supposed to be back as well. Do you think that hurts your over? Their best defensive player coming back in there. I do know it's like a light switch with the defense with AD out there when he's now. It's kind of like Miles Turner with the Pacers over there. So do you think AD's coming back? Do you think that would you still take the over with AD back in there?
I agree that it's not going to be as bad of defense on the Lakers side, but again, he's probably going to have a minutes limit. He's been out for quite a while, and I think you can still take advantage in this matchup.
Yeah, no, that's facts, man. Greg, that's a good point right there, man. He says weird card with all the trade stuff going on and the All-Star game. Yeah, that's not a bad point there, Greg. It might not be bad just to wait until after the All-Star break. You let all the trades settle in. You know who's tanking and you know who's really jockeying for playoff position. Right now, man, it's like every man for himself, man, with the NBA. Like name me a team that's really just like going in one direction. The Kings are going in one direction. The Thunder are going in one direction, although I do think they hit a wall at some point. But a lot of these teams, man, really just erratic play. You never know what you're going to get on them from night to night basis, man. But we broke down all the games. Now it's time to get to some free picks here, Skee. Let the people know what you got going over at Wager Talk, my guy, and what you'd like on the card for us today, my brother.
I've had a couple winning days, to start this week. I think I had a 3-in-1 day and a 2-in-1 day. I'm gonna give you the one play I have so far for today. I don't have anything up as far as 5% or any kind of best bet like that. But all my work on Twitter at Skee Profit. I'm gonna do a show right after this with Rob Vino. We'll talk a little bit of NFL. Also just pick his brain on a little bit of NBA. So if you want to check it out, anything else I have to do, at Skee Profit on Twitter or YouTube or at Wager Talk. So my best bet for today will go to the Utah Jazz game, and I like Lauri Markkanen over his rebounds. If you want to take 8.5, go for it. You're going to lay minus 125 or something like that, but I'll sell to 9.5 at plus 110 because he's had double digits every single game since Kelly Olynyk has been out. I think he'll continue to do it again tonight. So Lauri Markkanen over 9.5 rebounds plus 110 will be my best bet for today.
Who's going to be the Super Bowl matchup, Skee?
This is tough. I'll tell you this. I think Mahomes is going to play, and I think he'll at least be sufficient for the first half. So I'm close. I'm really close to trying to back the Chiefs. Whether they'll win, I think they'll cover, but I'll pick the Chiefs just because I think he's still the better quarterback. He might not have the better weapons. He might not be as healthy, but that's who I roll with. And then for the other side, I know who I'm betting in the first half. I'll tell you that. But who's going to win the game? It's tough now. I've been doing real good in the playoffs. I went 5-1 this past round, but these matchups are tough. I think if I have to choose, I think the Eagles' offensive line is strong enough to, negate that San Francisco rush, and I just really don't want to go against the Eagles. I think they've been a more stronger, consistent team throughout the year. So I lean Eagles, lean Chiefs, one dog, one favorite. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we might do a NFL show as well, man. A little NFL show, especially with the games simmering down or whatever, man. But I can't tell you this. This is a nugget, and you can keep it with you for the rest of your life. And that's why you guys watch the show. We're teaching you how to fish, not just giving you fish. You know what I'm saying? When the money is against Mahomes, the Chiefs win and cover. When the money is all over Mahomes, they don't cover the spread. It's really that simple. When all the money is on Mahomes, you fade them. When the money's against them and they're fading Mahomes, that's when you take the Chiefs, guys. So that's just my little nugget there. Didn't always work out,
working.
But
You said that boy working.
Yeah, I think he's working. But we ain't gonna even get too far in that. But when the money's against him, that's when he's unleashed to show up. So that's the only thing I'll say, man. But we'll see what happens, man. But that's it for today, man. 36 minutes in the show, man. Let's get some cash. Like I said, I might do some NFL shows. I do got some looks, man. Who knows if it's gonna come to fruition? I did have the bill, so hell, you can take whatever, you know what I'm saying, with that, man. But yeah, I didn't bet anything in the NBA today, guys. I'll tell you that right now. If I did bet something, I'd be looking at Blazers with significance. I'd be looking at the Pelicans first quarter, first half. Bucks team total over full game for the over. Hawks when Nets Sixers under type of game. And that's it, man. But yeah, I didn't bet anything. Like I always come on here and break the games down for you guys, man. But I must say, man, like once after All-Star break, that's when it's gonna be really time to go. But right now, I don't know what I don't know, guys. My spots aren't hidden, so I'm not about to lose anybody money, my guys. Let's get this cash, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. My guy Skee, he's cashed today with that Laurie marketing over the rebound. Talk you off of that one, Skee. I appreciate you, man. Let me know if you want to do an NFL show as well. Y'all go check him out, wagerstalk.com. Y'all follow us on Twitter as well, at Skee Profit, at J Money's Money. We out, my guys. Let's get some cash.